a new Cold War has begun. The specter of mutually assured destruction still haunts us. We're more divided now than ever before. So how do we stop World War III from happening? By going back to the future. Here we find the earliest known evidence of pacifism and a strict code of non-violence. Ahimsa, meaning non-violence, was central to their way of life. Confucius emphasized the importance of social order, respect, and moral leadership. Founded by Zeno of Citium, this school of philosophy emphasized virtue, wisdom, and living in harmony with nature and reason. Ubuntu, a term from the Zulu language, translates roughly to, "I am because we are." In ancient Egyptian ethics, Ma'at represented truth, balance, justice, and cosmic order. Central to this faith is the concept of Asha, often translated as truth, order, and righteousness. The central concept here is the Tao, often described as the way or the path. Sophrazine, often translated as moderation, self-control, or non-excess, was an ideal highly valued in Greek culture. Finally, we conclude our exploration of ancient wisdom with the timeless message found in the Abrahamic faiths, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. If you found this video insightful, please don't forget to leave a like and share it with others. Your support means a lot and helps spread these important messages. Stay curious, keep learning, and above all, strive to be a force for good in our world. Until next time, take care and remember that even small steps towards understanding and compassion can make a big difference. The command to love thy neighbor stands as a beacon of hope and a call for compassion. Central to these faiths, this principle transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, reminding us of our shared humanity and the need for empathy and understanding, whether it is in the Golden Rule found in Matthew 7:12 or the emphasis on justice and compassion in Islamic teachings. These religious traditions offer a moral compass for navigating the complexities of international relations. By embracing these principles, individuals and nations can work towards building a more peaceful and tolerant world. It was considered essential to civic virtue and the pursuit of a flourishing life. The Greeks believed that excessive ambition, pride, or vengeance could lead to ruin, both for individuals and for states. Stoicism, therefore, played a vital role in shaping ethical conduct and diplomatic relations among Greek city-states. In an international context, the concept of Stoicism encouraged moderation in foreign policy. It cautioned against the pursuit of excessive wealth, power, or glory through conquest or exploitation. Instead, it promoted a more balanced approach to international relations, one that emphasized cooperation, compromise, and the avoidance of destructive conflicts. In Taoist philosophy, the Tao represents the natural order of the universe, a dynamic balance of opposing forces such as yin and yang. It's the underlying principle that governs all of existence and serves as the source of all life and energy. In the context of international relations, this concept has profound implications. Following the Tao suggests that nations should strive for balance and harmony in their interactions with one another. It discourages excessive ambition, the pursuit of power, and the use of force to dominate others. Rather, it promotes a more cooperative and peaceful approach to resolving conflicts and managing differences. By embracing the principles of the Tao, nations can move away from a competitive and antagonistic worldview and towards one that values cooperation, mutual respect, and the preservation of the natural order. In Zoroastrian thought, Asha represents the divine order of the universe and is personified as a divine being engaged in a cosmic struggle against evil. Zoroaster, the prophet of this faith, taught that Asha is the guiding principle of existence, standard by which right and wrong, truth and falsehood are measured. Living according to Asha meant living a life of integrity, justice, and piety. For Zoroastrians, Asha was not merely a religious doctrine, but a way of life. It permeated every aspect of their existence, from their personal conduct to their interactions with their community and their engagement with the wider world. In a world grappling with conflicts and divisions, the Zoroastrian concept of Asha offers a compelling framework for building bridges and fostering understanding. It encourages us to seek truth and righteousness in our interactions with others, even amidst differences and disagreements. By embracing Asha, individuals and communities can work towards resolving conflicts peacefully, promoting justice, and creating a more harmonious world. It was a fundamental principle that governed the relationship between humans and the divine, as well as the interactions among individuals and groups. For the Egyptians, maintaining Ma'at was essential to the well-being of society and the prosperity of the pharaoh's reign. It involved upholding ethical standards, treating others fairly, and resolving conflicts peacefully. The pharaohs were not just seen as divine rulers, but also as embodiments of Ma'at. They were expected to govern with fairness, wisdom, and righteousness. When pharaohs upheld Ma'at, their reigns were believed to be blessed by the gods and their subjects enjoyed peace and prosperity. But when pharaohs strayed from the principles of Ma'at, it was believed that chaos and destruction would follow. This concept of cosmic order also extended to the Egyptians' interactions with other civilizations. They understood the importance of maintaining peaceful relationships with neighboring kingdoms and engaging in trade and diplomacy. War and conflict were seen as disruptions to the cosmic order, and were generally avoided unless there was a threat to Egypt's security or sovereignty. The Egyptians recognized that maintaining Ma'at was an ongoing process that required constant effort and vigilance. It was not enough to simply uphold ethical standards in one's own life. One had to actively promote Ma'at in the community and ensure that others also lived by its principles. It encapsulates the interconnectedness of humanity and emphasizes the centrality of community, shared humanity, and mutual support in our lives. At its core, Ubuntu challenges the notion of individualism and promotes a sense of collective identity and responsibility. It highlights the fact that we are all linked together and that our actions affect not just ourselves, but also our communities and the world at large. This philosophy encourages empathy, compassion, and a commitment to the well-being of others. In a world often marked by divisions and conflicts, Ubuntu offers a powerful moral compass. It reminds us that we are all part of the same human family and that our fates are intertwined. Embracing Ubuntu can help break down barriers between nations, cultures, and individuals, paving the way for dialogue, reconciliation, and lasting peace. Furthermore, Ubuntu's emphasis on community and collective responsibility can foster a sense of shared ownership over our actions and their consequences. Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius believe that all humans are equal and that our common humanity should transcend any superficial differences in nationality, ethnicity, or culture. They saw the world as a global community and advocated for cosmopolitanism, a worldview that recognizes our interconnectedness and shared fate. This perspective discourages nationalism, tribalism, and the idea that one nation or people is superior to others, promotes understanding, empathy, and cooperation among different cultures and nations. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, who was the emperor of Rome, grappled with the challenge of balancing this cosmopolitan ideal with the realities of power and governance. Yet he consistently championed mercy, compassion, and the importance of treating those outside the empire as fellow human beings deserving of respect and dignity. In a world where information is readily available and interconnectedness is the norm, the Stoic concept of cosmopolitanism offers a potent framework for addressing the issues that divide us. It encourages us to look beyond superficial differences and recognize our shared humanity. By fostering empathy, understanding, and cooperation among nations and peoples, we can work together to build a more peaceful world. He believed that these principles were essential to creating a harmonious society and maintaining peace both domestically and internationally. According to Confucianism, rulers should govern by virtue and lead by example, not through force or coercion. They should treat their subjects fairly, promote education, and encourage ethical behavior. Confucius also advocated for a strong sense of community and mutual support among individuals. He believed that when people are bound together by shared values and respect for one another, they are less likely to engage in conflict and more likely to seek peaceful resolutions to their differences. In a nutshell, Confucius laid out an ethical blueprint for individuals and societies, focusing on virtues like benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trustworthiness. If these virtues were widely embraced, we might see fewer conflicts driven by greed, hate, or ignorance. And perhaps this is the Confucian ideal of world peace. They held all living beings as sacred, be it humans, animals, or even plants. For them, life in any form was a gift to be cherished and protected. This reverence for life extended to their interactions with each other. The concept of Ahimsa promoted peace, tolerance, and empathy among individuals, scourging violence in thoughts, words, and actions. This philosophy had a profound impact on later religions like Jainism and Buddhism, and it continues to influence millions today. Can you imagine a world where everyone follows this principle? A world without war, without exploitation, without cruelty? This would be a giant step towards preventing World War III. Today, let us look at 10 ancient codes of ethics and morals that, if followed, could have prevented the numerous conflicts that have plagued our species throughout history and could guide us towards a better future. Within this tradition, the concept of dharma holds immense significance. In a societal context, it implies just governance and moral responsibility for leaders. To uphold dharma means to make decisions that are fair, equitable, and beneficial for all members of society, not just a select few. It involves protecting the weak, ensuring the welfare of the people, and maintaining order and harmony. When rulers are guided by dharma, there is less likelihood of aggressive, ego-driven warfare. Instead, there's a greater chance of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. One such text is the Arthasastra, which provides a comprehensive manual on statecraft and governance. It may sound surprising, but this ancient book actually promotes the idea of world domination, but only for the sake of establishing peace and order. It states that a king should expand his territory not out of greed or ambition, but to protect his own kingdom and to ensure the well-being of his subjects. When all nations follow this principle, we can say goodbye to World War III. Thank you for joining me on this journey through ancient wisdom.